Hey everybody, I'm David, and today I'm going to do my DCTV rankings of all the DCTV shows that have aired from fall 2017 to spring 2018. Even though it's summer right now, because Supergirl decided to go a little bit longer because of some time scheduling conflicts. Hopefully next season we won't have that problem. But this season is finally done for the DC TV shows, and now I can officially rank them. Why? Because, well, why not? It's fun to rank things. And it's been a while since I did my last DC TV show review or whatever, or any type of video for that matter. So it's time to do one again. So I did a whole ranking list of all the Arrowverse seasons, of Arrow season 1 through 5, Flash season 1, 2, 3, etc. This is only the new season, so I'm just warning you now. Don't ask where's all the older seasons. I'm just ranking the new seasons that aired this season. So let's get off to my number 7. I have Supergirl season 3. This season just ended. And look, the last portion of the season, when they got back from break, I actually did feel improvement. But unfortunately for me, it was a little bit too late. Even though I enjoyed the finale, I enjoyed a lot of the episodes later on, late into the season, I did feel it was too late. And that is why Supergirl Season 3 is my least favorite season on this list. Because the beginning of this season was torturous to me. I was having a rough time watching the beginning of this season. I was heavily disappointed. I was bored throughout. The only episode that was worth watching in the beginning of this season was the crossover event, which Supergirl was a part of. Other than that, I'm going to call it now. This is the worst season of Supergirl. Hopefully next season they have something better planned. And something better planned with their villain as well, because Rain was such a dumb villain from beginning to end. I hated how they tried to make her like Doomsday from Smallville, where they gave her a human personality. I don't know why they do that. Why do you have to humanize every villain? Some villains can be interesting without trying to humanize them too much. Just make them a villain with a new kind of motivation. That's it. I don't know. But Supergirl Season 3, not great. That's why it's last on my list. The next one on my list was also not so great, but it was an inch above better, because at least it had its ups and downs throughout the season rather than a good portion of the season. Flash Season 4. That's right, The Flash. One of my all-time favorite seasons of all time is The Flash Season 1. I will love that season throughout. But Season 4 of The Flash, I don't know what happened, man. Throughout this entire season, it was a bumpy ride. There were some really good episodes here and there, a lot more than I can say for Supergirl this season. But for the most part, I felt very underwhelmed with the premiere episode, and then very underwhelmed once again with the finale. I felt the finale was a little underwhelming. I thought the villain was very uninteresting. And, Supergirl and Flash this season, not great with the villains. Get better villains next season, please. For the most part, though, there were still some redeeming qualities. You got the Trial of the Flash episode, Barry being in prison. There were some episodes here and there that did focus on the Thinker and the Mechanic, which were pretty good. But for the most part, it's not a villain I want to see ever again. Moving on to my 5th highest on this list. This is where the good ones start to pop up. Black Lightning Season 1. Now, a lot of people are going to probably wonder, David, why is this so low? Because I have seen people rave for Black Lightning, and I'm going to admit, I did really enjoy it. Just for the most part, I've been thinking, okay, they're good episodes. I didn't feel the greatness as a lot of other people seem to be hyping it up as. But it was a season I did enjoy. I did enjoy all the characters. But I was expecting more. And hopefully Season 2 will deliver, because I really did love the finale. I thought the finale ended off on a great note. that I'm going to return for next season, so don't worry about it. I didn't hate the season. I just didn't love it as much as a lot of other people did. And hopefully season 2 will get me on the hype train along with everybody else, because I really want to love it. I want to love all these shows. That's why Supergirl and Flash were really disappointing to me. But Black Lightning wasn't disappointing. It was actually a worthy show, and it's all on Netflix, so if you want to check that out, go check it out now. Moving on, number 4 on my list, Legends of Tomorrow Season 3. I love Legends of Tomorrow. If you know me and time travel, I love time travel when it's done correctly. I think Legends has a lot of fun with it. There were some really fun episodes. Towards the end, I felt they were starting to get a little... they were starting to wobble on their feet a little bit, but for the most part, it was a season I really enjoyed. I love all these characters. I love that Wally and Constantine were added towards the end of the season. Yeah, the end of the season. Constantine was kind of midway, and I'm so happy to know that he's coming on as a full-time regular next season. That's going to be freaking awesome. Moving on, at number 3 on my list, I have Gotham Season 4. Probably my favorite season of Gotham so far, especially the later half of the season when they started bringing in Jerome and making him more of a stronger point in the story. Jerome, anytime you add him, you are going to get something great, especially with that actor. And now he's playing Jeremiah, which was the twin brother of Jerome, and now it looks like he might be the real Joker of this whole story. And how they left it off for the final season. Gotham is going into its final season next year. Look, if you stopped watching Gotham after season 1 or 2, believe me, you might want to check out season 4 and get ready for the final season, because I think they're going to go all out. And the craziness is a lot of fun. I've embraced the craziness of Gotham since season 2, because I think they realized season 1 wasn't their best season. And I think they've embraced the craziness with the villains, and it's the stuff that I love. That's the stuff I'm really enjoying about this series. At number 2, I have Krypton Season 1. A lot of people are going to kill me for putting this at number 2, especially what's going to come up next. Look, Krypton is an awesome series. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But I do feel that there were a couple of episodes that were a little slow, especially more in the beginning. But the way it ends off, the way it starts, it is a great sci-fi series. And it's not too long. It's like 10 episodes, I believe. And for the most part, it is really compelling, especially when you realize that they're not using any characters that you know from Superman. These are characters that are brand new for this series. Maybe a few you might recognize here and there. Even the hardcore comic book geeks will get a couple of characters that, one maybe, that you'll really go crazy for, especially if you are hardcore and you never thought a character like that would appear on this show. Adam Strange. So, yeah, go check out this show. I'm definitely going to be tuning in next season to check out what's happening next, because there is a really good cliffhanger that will have you wonder, damn, so what's going to happen now with the future of this timeline? I'm not going to spoil anything. So moving on to my number 1 favorite DC TV show this season. That's right, you guessed it, Arrow Season 6. Arrow starting to improve again with Season 5. And even though I don't think Season 6 was as good as Season 5, I do think it was a good, worthy season. I would put it maybe as my 4th favorite Arrow season. It would be Season 2 of Arrow, then Season 5, then Season 1, and then Season 6. And then Season 3 and 4. 4 is definitely the worst one still. This was a really good season as a follow-up. Maybe a lot of people won't like my opinion by putting it above Krypton, maybe even above Black Lightning too. I know people love Black Lightning and Krypton. For me, though, personally, I thought Arrow was still on a roll this season. Yeah, it had some episodes here and there that weren't great, but you're going to get that with a 23-episode season. But for the most part, I think Arrow delivered. When it hit really good, and I love Arrow when it hits right. And I think, 6 seasons in, it's doing well. Let's see how Flash does next season, but it's definitely an improvement over some of the other shows that were in the bottom. Even Legends of Tomorrow had a struggling start, so Arrow started great from the beginning, and yeah, it had a little difficulty in the middle, but I'm glad I have my show back. I hope they knock it out of the park again with season 7, hoping that they get better than season 6 was. But for the most part, I had a great time with this season. There were some mistakes, specifically with Laurel. I don't know if the writers hate Katie Cassidy or something, because it seems like they give her really shitty things to do on purpose, especially this season, when I thought that this was going to be the character to really redeem Laurel. Since it was from a different Earth and she started off badass, but now that it seems like she's getting redeemed, it seems like either Katie Cassidy doesn't want to play a good guy, or the writers just don't know how to give her good material when she's being good. I don't know. And the villain this season, I thought he was a really cool villain. I thought he kicked a lot of ass. Did he yell a lot towards the end and started going a little bit insane? Yeah, but I thought he was always insane, and that's what made him crazy, and I wanted to stay away from him. So, yeah, Arrow Season 6 was my favorite season this year. Tell me, guys, what are your rankings of the DC TV shows this season that ended? How would you rank the seasons that I just ranked? If there's some you don't watch, then that's fair. But if you've seen all of them, that's even better. I like it when the lists are longer and we have a lot of DC TV shows to watch and enjoy. And you know what? With this DC streaming service coming soon, we're going to have a whole lot more. So it's going to be fun for DC fans while we're waiting for the movies to get better. So let's hope for the best. Until next time, everybody, I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my brother's Kickstarter account. He's trying to raise money for his comic book series. So any little bit helps, for a striving artist like him. Check out the page. I'll put the link in the description area below, and you guys can check that out. And until next time, take care.